Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fancy Sip Review. And today on the Fancy Sip Review, I'm finally getting around to reviewing the newest flavor of Coca-Cola. The flavor that I'm going to be reviewing today is going to be the Holiday Creamy Vanilla. And before I even drink this, I do have to say that this drink is going to be kind of redundant, as Coca-Cola already has a very popular vanilla flavor that they sell year-round. So why for the holiday are they just going to add creaminess to this and call it a new flavor? I do not know. However, the Fancy Sipper is in the holiday spirit, and I actually did see this drink get dropped off at the grocery store by a man in an 18-wheeler while a bunch of polar bears were celebrating and drinking it. And I was so excited that I ran to the first place that I could think of, Reddit, to ask people what they thought of this drink. And they essentially just said it's the same thing as the vanilla flavor, but a little bit creamier, or at least they're telling themselves that. But the Fancy Sipper is in a good holiday spirit, and I do not want to be a Grinch and steal any of Coca-Cola's profits. And I definitely don't want to get any coal in my stocking, or in Coca-Cola's case, a can of Creations, because that's as bad as coal. And I am excited to drink this to see how this compares to the regular vanilla flavor. With all of that out of the way, let's actually look to see what is in this drink. Coca-Cola on the can goes out of their way to tell you that this contains no dairy. However, the nutrition facts in this drink are in a 12-ounce can, 150 calories, 30 milligrams of sodium, 1%, 42 grams of carbohydrates at 15%, 42 grams of sugar with an included 42 grams at 84% of your daily sugar. The ingredients in this drink are carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, less than 2% of caramel color, phosphoric acid, natural flavors, and caffeine at 32 milligrams. Or 34 milligrams, I should say. So let's show off the can. Let's see how much effort they put into making a seasonal can. You know, there's a lot of stuff they could do. They could have Kwanzaa, they could have Hanukkah. There's a lot of symbolism with Christmas that they could do. However, what they seem to have done with this holiday creamy flavor was to just make a regular white can with whipped cream on it. That is the effort that you get from modern marketers. I think after Google and flat art design became the new trendy thing, I think the 90s marketing and advertising is a thing that will never come back. But yeah, this drink is literally just a whipped cream. It says creamy vanilla flavors and other natural flavors. There we have the ingredients and nutrition facts if you want to pause that and read it. But that is everything with the drink. This is going to be their drink that I don't feel like they have much faith in, as it says new flavor, holiday creamy vanilla, which really just makes me think that a lot of people that buy this will question why it exists, as there's already a vanilla flavor. I mean, to say new flavor, if you made any other Coca-Cola flavor, people would know it's a new flavor, not just this. But again, it contains no dairy. They really make it a point to hammer home that. So let's pour this. I'm going to pour this out of the 2-liter to see how much the sip cam can fill. This is some riveting content watching me pour this drink. So you're seeing the caramel color as the Fancy Sip Cam has become black, like the coal that I've already made reference to. I don't really have too much Christmas stuff. So, I don't know, it could probably fit the whole 2-liter, however, it would then become very difficult to lift up the Fancy Sip glass. Actually, no, I'm just going to do this. This makes much more sense. So here we go with the drink. It is just a black soda. It looks pretty much identical to a normal Coca-Cola. And in terms of the smell, let's see how this is on the nose of the review. Kind of just smells like a normal Coca-Cola. Although I will say that the vanilla flavor doesn't really smell too much different, honestly. You're getting a little bit of nose of the vanilla, but you're getting a lot of Coca-Cola smell. It does smell a little bit more vanilla-y. I will say the more that I smell this, you're really losing that caramel color type smell or whatever Coca-Cola has, which is, I mean, it just says caramel color, but it definitely is a very caramely tasting drink. So let's see how this is on the mouthfeel. I assume that this is going to be a very carbonated drink and will kind of taste like a Coca-Cola. But will the mouthfeel be any different compared to a regular Coca-Cola or even the vanilla Coke that already exists? Well, let's find out. Wow. Coca-Cola is definitely one of the most carbonated, effervescent sodas that are on the market. If you were to drink something like a Mountain Dew, you're getting a lot of sweetness. Coca-Cola is really not like a sweet drink. I mean, it is got a lot of sugar in it. But at least to me, this isn't like one of the drinks that I would really consider like an overly sweet drink. I don't know how to word this any better because it's loaded in sugar, but this isn't a Mountain Dew type drink. This is not like a Fanta type drink. It's not a Sierra Mist, but Coca-Cola is like a weird drink when it comes to trying to have limited edition flavors to make it unique, as it kind of just tastes like caramel soda. Yeah, I mean, it does have a little bit of a vanilla taste, but again, it has a lot of effervescent taste. You're getting a lot of your traditional Coca-Cola front end with a little bit of vanilla. Let's try this one more time. Honestly, what Coca-Cola should do, which not everybody has a giant sip glass, is this kind of looks like a cauldron. So maybe if you drink this out of a big glass like this, you could have a Halloween flavor and have it be like the Coca-Cola cauldron instead of creation, and have it be like Harry Potter or Birdie Bots or Birdie Beans, whatever they're called, and have some of the cans be gross tasting or something like that. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I'm not paid by Coca-Cola. However, the person who was paid by Coca-Cola to make this idea and thinking that it was going to be a big seller, I just don't see it. They could have had like a cinnamon type thing, or they could have had something that was more tied in traditionally with the holidays. I mean, obviously they don't want people that celebrate Christmas or Kwanzaa to be against this, and it does look more like a. I'm just going to drink this one more time. See, I don't really like the carbonation of the drink. It just takes away the flavor. But that's an issue that Coca-Cola has. It's not an issue so much involving with the vanilla. It just tastes like the vanilla flavor. It doesn't taste creamier. I guess they had to put on this contains no dairy to not trick people, or so that people that are lactose intolerant will buy this. But the only people that I think are going to buy this are going to be soda addicts who review everything, content creators, or elderly people. No, probably not. They're probably drinking like the caffeine-free Coca-Cola. But is this any different than the regular vanilla Coke? Not really. Does this taste creamier? Not really. Is this a good drink? Not really. But I don't want to be Krampus and cramp all over the drink itself. I do think that of all of the Coca-Colas, I do think that the vanilla Coke is the best. And I honestly don't even hate cola drinks. I think that this is a pretty good drink, honestly. I think that the vanilla and the cherry do deserve to exist within the soda market. I'm not the biggest fan of cola drinks, but there are people that like these kind of drinks. Probably older people that grew up in a time period before sodas were really big, and they probably only had like one option, which was probably just Coca-Cola. But yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty disappointed by this drink. Give it one more sip, and I'll give my number score rating. It's not good. But it not being good is really weird because I think that this drink has done more uh, negativity to the fancy sippers' taste buds than anything. Because I do like the regular vanilla flavor, but it is kind of a situation where, as I'm saying that this tastes like the regular vanilla flavor, and all I've done was said that it's really not the best drink. It's just like a caramel soda with a little bit of vanilla in it, which you could probably just add vanilla extract and make a better version of this drink yourself. Does that really just mean that I really don't like the original vanilla cola that much? Probably. I mean, I don't buy it, but kind of disappointed in this drink. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything I have to say about this drink. It is essentially the same thing, maybe a little bit different. Maybe you could trick your mind into believing that this is a different drink, but outside of the marketing, it's pretty impossible. Does it taste creamy? Not really. Is this going to make me burp after drinking this? When the camera's done, probably. Or when the video's done, I should say. So what will I be giving this drink? I'll probably give this like a 4.5 out of 10. It's sweet, but it's just so carbonated. I did pour a 2 liter into a giant glass, though, so that's on me. That's not on Coca-Cola. If I were to drink this out of the little can, I'd probably give this like a 6 if there was a lot less carbonation. I think that it's an alright drink. I just think that in terms of the beverage industry, there's so many better options than this. And even with the Chucky's Punch that Fanta made, that was kind of better than this. So yeah, that's everything I have to say about this drink. I was relatively disappointed by this, but let me know what you think about this drink in the comments section. I've been the Fancy Sipper, and cheers. Oh man, if I dump this all on my laptop. Clink.